Welcome everyone to this November News of the North. Lights are turned down, the candles are on, and even if we are working as hard as we can to build a stronger and stronger base for the B Corp movement in the Nordics. Very recently, we celebrated 1,000 B Corps in Europe, and I think we have also now passed the 6,000 B Corps in the world. I think the UK is now on the verge of celebrating their first 1,000 B Corps. And in the Nordics, we are also speeding ahead. We have passed the 75 B Corp mark, and I think to date there are now 77 B Corps, and that is close to 30 new B Corps this year. So quite a lot of activity getting B Corp certified, and I'm crossing my fingers. My bet is going to be 88 for the rest or for the end of 2022. So let's see for the News of the North in January if I'm right or not. And that means, of course, that this month we have to ring the bell again for quite a few wonderful new B Corps. And the first one that I want to say welcome to is Icebug, finally a Swedish company certifying. And Icebug is making shoes that save the world from slipping. And in the season that we're approaching, most likely going to be very important on so many different levels. We also say welcome to a whole bunch of wonderful fashion companies, textile and fashion companies. Well, the first one is Ganni, a contemporary fashion icon from Denmark that certified in about a month ago. And they're joined by designers Remix and by Son of a Tailor from Denmark. And all of them are already actively out there challenging us. Here is a challenge from Son of a Tailor to get in the fight to try and beat the actual score of Son of a Tailor to compete to be even better for the world. So welcome to everyone. We also see a whole new range of companies certifying. So Farm Company, welcome to Farm Company. It's a farmland investment company, and they own a portfolio of sustainable farms and farmlands in the south of Denmark. So we're entering agriculture and certifying the first companies here. Welcome to Farm Company, and also welcome to OK Nygaard. We're in the first landscaping gardener in Europe. And it is the very first, hopefully also of many, because OK Nygaard is a part of a larger family of companies in the French Idée Verte. So crossing our fingers that OK Nygaard will soon be followed by a couple of the other sister companies. And back again to textile, but this time to home textiles. Welcome to the Organic Company, who is producing various kinds of organic textiles for your home. And then finalizing the last but not least B Corp certification of the past month, we say welcome to Brøl. And Brøl is a local beer brewer in Copenhagen, and it is also the highest scoring B Corp to date with a whopping 163 points. And I know all of you know how difficult it is to get to 80, so here it's double up. So welcome and congratulations to Brøl. We've also had, unfortunately, to say goodbye to a B Corp as Simple Feast went bankrupt and closed down, so they are no longer part of the B Corp movement. And we unfortunately also had to say goodbye to our community manager within the Nordic B Corp movement. So we are shifting around responsibilities, and we are being supported on a couple of projects by an external project help. But please be patient with us as we are shifting around and as we are trying to reshape the position and launch a recruiting process. And do send great candidates our way. We need an engagement manager, hopefully the sooner than later, and ideally from the beginning of next year. Because you might have noticed that the community agenda is exploding. There is more and more activity in all markets. We have a calendar now. We do also try to be a little bit more frequent in our news going out, and we cannot stress enough the importance for you to keep updated the emails and the Excel files for who is who in the different companies. And so just a little reminder to get back to us with who can we put on the different lists so that we can make sure you get everything in your inboxes. So what's next? A couple of highlights for this month. Well, in the end of November, Be the Future 35 will meet, the network for young employees. It's going to be on recertification. It's going to be really exciting to be a part of. Let us know if you have young employees who want to sign up. The Textile Coalition that was going to get together mid-November will be postponed to January to make sure that more B Corps are able to attend. There will be Be-togethers in virtually all the countries. There is an invitation to the Danish B Corps to come and join Skagerrak on the 30th of November for a get-together. And there will be a Be-together also in Copenhagen on the 19th of January at Last Object. We will be together in Stockholm, 28th, 29th, 30th of November. Helsinki will be together on the 13th and 14th of December. And in Oslo, we will be present in the beginning of February. So many, many, many moments to get together. We'll be talking about companies interested in certification, beekeepers. There will be CEO roundtables. There's a lot of news in Finland, Norway, and Sweden on the legal frameworks. What's next? And most likely also time for bee socials and just a chance to be together and exchange. So I hope to see a lot of you present. We've also had some amazing sessions this month. We had great sessions with the Swedish Sustainable Fashion Academy, with the Ghanaian Son of a Tailor, and hosted by Stefan and Peter. We've just graduated a group of a new cohort of bee leaders, and I think it's interesting. We can see now the first companies being accompanied by bee leaders who are certifying, and that's wonderful because it means that you actually learn enough as a bee leader to guide a company through the process of using the BIA. And it has also led to a couple of academic partnerships. We have one with the Danish Technical University on executive board education and an MBA in sustainable leadership. And we are building, and I think it will be launching early next year, an CTS credited program around the bee leader training. So this is an occasion to really have not just the great training, but also 10 points that will validate towards a future degree. Next cohorts in Stockholm and Copenhagen in Q1 for the bee leader training, and in Oslo and Helsinki Q2. So reach out to us if you want to sign up. We are also preparing for Christmas, a little bit more awareness building toward the markets, and you will find, if you haven't already found, information about the Christmas activation in your inboxes. It's an Instagram giveaway launched and designed by Takt. Thank you very much for that. And there's an impressive amount of B Corps that are interested in participating. So watch out for this, and also watch out for B Corp month. It will be in March as always, but we are slowly starting the preparations, and we hope to have more information to share on what is the theme of next year's campaign so that we can start planning together. This was last year, Behind the Bee, but let's see what the theme is going to be next year. We also need more of your time for giving feedback to the standard development. We've extended the deadline in BLAMP Global until the end of November, so it is time to read through the new performance requirements and give your input. There's only a very few Nordic B Corps that have actually given input to the performance requirements, so please, we urge you to check out the status and pitch in your comments so that your voice is also in. And more importantly, also, even if is joining us and making the voice of the Nordic B Corps heard locally. There is currently a huge debate about the future directives on corporate sustainability and due diligence in Europe. They are on the verge of being validated, and we need to make clear that the world needs new forms of corporate governance that is extending the legal obligation of corporations to consider all the interests of the stakeholders. And we are met by a lot of fear and criticism by some of our local business organizations here in the Nordics. So I would love our voice to be heard, so the debate reaches the legislature. So it's not just a debate of fear and what might we, but also all the great examples of the 125 companies in the Nordics that are either B Corp certified or almost B Corp certified, so that we can tell in and give our perspective on mission lock and why it's important to to alter the way that we're running businesses and how this might be a part of the EU Green Deal. So let me know. There is an event on the 9th of November live, where we will be hearing about the CSDD proposal and the supporting Article 25 with Katie Hill, the co-founder of the Interdependence Coalition and our former CEO of BeLab Europe, together with Wojciech Baginski, who is our legal aid and also a co-founder of the Interdependence Coalition. And we will be talking also to local opinion makers such as Susanne Stormer from PricewaterhouseCoopers, the former head of sustainability at Novo Nordisk. In Sweden with Magnus Nikkarainen, who's from Swedish Trade. And we will be following up on that conversation on the 9th with local roundtables on the 22nd of November in Copenhagen, on the 29th of November in Stockholm, and mid-December in Helsinki. So that's an occasion also to meet those of you who are a little bit more interested in pitching in a couple of hours to write up a debate article or make the different networks know how we are thinking. So I hope to see some of you present, and also hope that most of you will be behind our different opinions. And then, well, I know we have voted quite a lot in the Nordics recently, but there is still an opportunity to be voting. Our very own Steffen Kellerhauge has been nominated as a sustainability leader in the SDG Tech Awards. And well, most of you know him, and at least in my world, he is not a sustainability leader. He is the sustainability leader. So I hope you all have a couple of minutes to go online and vote for him. There are also more B Corp leaders in the pack of SDG Tech Awards to vote for. So thank you very much for helping us out there. And I will be looking forward to seeing you all again in December, wishing you a nice November, and take care of yourself. Bye.